record. Hello, everybody. It's me, Agastya,
And it's me, Tejas.
and today we're going to be welcome back to a Python class. Now, you might be noticing something that different from our last two classes. Number one, since it's December for us, um, and it's Christmas for us, almost Christmas for us. We've decided to change our backgrounds to the Christmas things. Second thing, hopefully it'll be Christmas when we post this. Secondly, we're gonna be secondly when I share. Secondly, I just have to say something. We have changed the way we're going to be presenting to you. Instead of me writing stuff on the spot using a script I had, I'm going to now I'm going to start reading as presenting it to you with a presentation. Okay, just to head off. Okay, so let's start with what we're going to learn today. Today we're going to be learning about if, else, and elif. Let's go. Get right to it. Okay, if, else, and elif. So before we start, let's do a recap. Uh, Last time we worked on strings and functions. You can see we learned how to manipulate strings like print out print out variables, and we learned how to cut them in pieces or find certain words from it. We then wrote a code in which we would take a word from a collection, in which we would cut a word out from a collection of words. So now words, okay. This so You don't really need to revise this much for this part, so don't worry. Now getting started. Now with that done, let's get started about if, else, and elif. So what does it do? What does if, else, and elif do? So this
If
essentially allows you.
can I give like
What
an
can you
opinion
say
of
it again?
what a learner would? Yeah, I think
Say.
if if else else will be that if something you like if something this task happens, then else this task will happen right after it or during that task is happening.
Okay, I like. Okay. So that's a really good thing for a. That's a really good understanding. You don't. Okay. So what this allows you to do is it allows you to check if a condition is met. Okay. For example, if you see in this code, what this will do is it'll see if um yeah, okay. What this code does is that it checks if a option is true. For example, um the person who's using this code, he puts option A, so then all of the things that are in option A will happen. Or let's say the person using this code, he picks option B, then this will happen. Now I don't want you to start using this code specifically because it's inefficient. I'm going to tell you why. You don't need to use if. You will put elif here, okay? Elif, or you can just put else, okay? I'll just get into it. Now, before we get, yeah, so wait here. So here are some examples. So what is this code? This is the encryptor, okay? So what it does is it takes a value and replaces it. We You learned about the replace command earlier. Uh, so it will first ask if so let me just break it down for you. It'll first ask whether to encrypt or decrypt, then it'll ask what the secret message is. Okay. if the person is using this code put encrypt, then it's going to print um, message to encrypt is, and then it put the message, and then it's going to start replacing all of the um, replacing the words. If we choose decrypt, it's going to do the same thing but opposite. Okay, we can use this for passwords and stuff, though I wouldn't recommend it since you should randomize them. Now, what does this code do? Can you try to break it down, Tejas?
Okay. So here X and Y are currently carrying numerical values of 2 and 8. So if X ends up being bigger than Y, then the code will print X is bigger than Y. And if the value of Y is bigger than X, then it will print Y is bigger than X. But instead of writing if again, it just uses else.
Yes, very good job. It's really good early understanding from you. Now, before we get into like actually trying to code with this, there is one concept that I really need you to understand. It's called indentation. Okay. Now, indentation refers to the space at the beginning of a code line. For example, I'm just going to move back to our to this example. You see that when I put if task equals to encrypt, and then I put this, all of the code that I wrote after that is one line in front, right? What this is showing to Python is that this line of code is dependent on this line of code, okay, the one on top. so f- so yeah, other coding languages usually they'll use a bracket instead of a indentation. So over here you would see them put a bracket, but Python uses indentation because it's much more legible. Okay. So, how do you use indentation? I'm just going to tell you how to use indentation. Let me just open Python. I'm just opening a random. Wait. I'm just opening a random. Wait. Sorry, I'm bad at clicking. Yeah, I've opened a random one. Okay. So, how do you put indentation? So first you write a piece of code. For example, if one, um, if x, let's just do that code. I put the earlier x equals to bigger than y. And then I put this. Okay, when I do this, it'll just take me the back to this code. Okay, but when I put a colon after it, it'll put an indentation. Okay, wait, yeah. So now I'll put print x. Then I'll put then when I want to put another option like else, I'll do back. They just here getting out of focus. Yeah, I put
Mm.
else. I put else, and then I put when I do this. When I do this, it'll take me the other thing. Okay. So if just remember that when you don't use indentation, your code's gonna give you an error. See, indentation error. Expect an indentation block. Okay. So back to it. So now I'm just
Okay.
yeah. So I'm not gonna explain the family of commands we are using. So if this will always, and when I say always, I mean always. It's going to be the first thing you put in your if else statement. Um,
Mm.
if it will check, okay, it will check if the thing next to it is true. If it is true, then it will run. Okay. If it is true, then it will run. Otherwise, it will move to the next unindented line of code. Else, this will only run if the statement above it, which can be an if or a elif, fails to run. Fails to run. Fails to run. So, for example, okay. So in this example, I showed you x and x. So when I put else here, if x actually had been, if x had actually been bigger than y, okay, then else would have not run. Okay. Now elif, it's essentially a combination of if and else. So first it will check if the if or else statement if or else statement above it failed to run. If it did, then it's going to then it will look next to it and see if any of the specifications that are true. Look, for example, elif country equals to India. If country equals to India, print New Delhi. I'm not using else here because I want two options. Okay. So I'm putting elif country equals to France. If I put else here, it could have said France. It could have said France and not London. Okay.
Hmm.
It could have said France, but or London. Okay. Now you see, you can understand the else statements, right?
Yeah.
Now, here I want you to focus on how you can use equations next to it as well. It can be true, false, and you can also use equations. Okay, so this is seeing if number is even, because number divided by two. If the what this does is it checks if it will put the remainder of a remainder. Okay, it'll put yeah. Wait
Hmm.
wait no. It'll put a remainder. It'll check if it'll say the remainder. So in this case, if it's divisible to zero, okay. But since it's not there, yeah.
Yeah.
So now I want you to do an activity. It's going to be a very small. It's going to be a little. It's going to be a yeah. Okay. So it's going to be a little small. It'll be a little hard activity. So you can ask for help. Um, Write a Python program to calculate a dog's age in dog years. You will need to use all three statements. You can ask me for help, okay? I've given you a pretty bare bones understanding. So if you're there, just do the activity along with Tejas, okay? This what I've said will give you a bare bones understanding, because in coding, most of understanding is practical, okay? Okay. So here's the activity. You have to calculate a dog's age in dog years. You will need to use all three statements. So for the first 2 years, just remember, for the first 2 years, a dog year is equal to 10.5 human years. After that, each dog year equals 4 human years. So if I put a dog's age, it should give me 73. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So
So
start. You can ask as many questions as you want, because what I've given you, it's a very bare bones understanding.
yeah, I'm like, can you keep the slide up so that like I have instant access to the
You'll have
information
to
on that
stay.
slide?
Yeah. Wait, I can enable multiple participant. Wait, okay. Can both of us share at the same time? I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure we can.
Okay, try sharing.
Okay. Share. No, it says you cannot share screen while the other participant is sharing.
Yeah, before that, so here is an activity for you before you do all of that. No, for the help, some helpful tips and commands. So int code, make sure that the variable that is in it is a number, otherwise it will stop the thing. Exit. This will stop Python from executing any more code after this. Okay. The code I'm expect, right? It's all using things you've already revised.
Okay.
Okay, start. I think, yeah, we can't share multiply. You share your screen.
Yeah. I'm just like firing up Jupyter Lab.
If you really
It's
want to.
currently loading.
Okay, yeah.
Oh no, I actually ro- loaded the wrong notebook. So I need to load notebook instead of lab.
If you
And
really want.
Anaconda Navigator is taking a little bit of trouble. So here's the information here. Currently, it's going to. I think I might have to restart the program. Uh, Close the program, cancel. Okay, and now let's just restart. Open. So it's currently going to take a little bit of time to load. So this part is going to the recording anyways. We're just going to sit here and chill.
You're sharing your screen?
Still wait. No, currently I'm
Okay, I'll
waiting.
edit this. I'm pausing share. Okay, sorry, I just
Okay,
had to cut to here. So now Tejas is going to do the code. Tejas, if you want to check, the code is in the chat because the assignment is in the chat. Okay. So how do you think
okay.
you're gonna start?
Let's just fire up chat.
How do you think how do you
Okay.
okay, how do you think
Write
you're
a
gonna
Python
start?
program to calculate a dog's age. Okay, let's look at the conditions first. For the first 2 years of dogs is a dog year is equal to 10.5 human years. After that, each dog year equals 4 human years. Uh, Okay, so eh, okay, one possible way to do this uh, can be just sub subtract 2 years from the number we get, multiply that by 4, and add 21 years to that. But that would work mathematically. How is that going to work in a program? Hmm. So if
So, okay. No, for what's the first thing you always do in code? I've said this. First you have to
you
find
put
out
input,
the variable, right?
yeah,
What is
the variable is going to be a number. So it's going to be
so first make it a variable, right?
yeah. So for it's going to be human. It's going to be human years is going to be equal to value, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is how we'll start, and now we have to go ahead and do this.
No, okay.
So
It's int. Okay. Also, what?
int,
Wait, what? Okay, so helpful thing. Int. Why? Wait. Why are you putting? What do you want? What do you want to put? You want to have the
I want human years to be equal to input. Yeah,
input, right? So you don't put it in brackets. Also, you have to put full input, not
we
in.
don't need to put it in brackets here.
No, you have to put you have to
Input.
put you have to put okay. So in input, I'm just gonna write it on screen. First in input, okay. So you put input. Sorry for my bad handwriting.
Yeah.
Input. Then you put brackets, and then you put and then as a string you put what you want to put a question asking for asking for an input from the person. Okay, question.
Okay. So
Okay.
what is your dog's age in human years?
Okay, you have to make
I'm
this a
guessing
string.
this is crossing the limit.
No, it's not crossing the
One
limit.
minute.
It's a string. It's a string. Remember?
It's just, yeah. And we have to
You have to put
currently put,
after input.
yeah,
It's in a string. It comes in a string.
yeah. I'm 1 minute. Let me just put these here. What's your dog's age in human years? Yes.
Yes. Good. Good. Good.
Okay. Next, we're going to need, now we're going to need an if function.
Oh, we. Yeah. Wait. Why if
Are
you?
we?
Why have you made it? Why have you put an indent there? Cross the indent.
Because, okay, 1 minute.
When
Yeah.
you put an indent after if statements and some other things with other things and fors and stuff. If first you
Okay.
want to see,
If
first you would
z-
check if the human age is above zero, right?
if if hy, mm, which one was the one above? Yeah, here it is. Written 0. 1 minute. Let me just put brackets around this.
Brackets are not needed, but they only there for legibility, so that you can actually see it.
What you just liked out for me a bit.
Okay, doesn't matter, nothing.
Okay. If a human e- years is above 0, no, it doesn't need to be above this. To be, it needs to be equal to 0. Then now, do we need an indentation?
Yeah, when you move to the next one, it's automatically makes an indentation.
Oh,
Don't no. You in the you need the call in there. It's important. Uh,
oh, okay. So if it's this, then
the call essentially
so
means
if
dead.
human age is equal to 9, print, yeah. So print 0, because like if human age years is equal to 0, then 0.
Yes.
Print print mm, oh, 0. Hmm.
Yeah. Now you can now you can exit out of the code because because yeah that's where the code ends.
Okay, and how do, so now I backspaced out.
No.
Else
Yeah. Yeah.
else we have to execute
I'd
the
say
actual maths for how this is going to happen.
you put a elif there. I'd say put a elif there.
Elif.
Yes.
Okay. Elif. They're going to have to
Remember what I said in the
subtract
notes. What I said in the notes. Um, for the first 2 years,
for,
the dog's year is equal to 10.5 human years.
instead of having to replace the first 2 years with 10.5 human years, uh, to put it mathematically, we can just remove the first 2 years and add 21 years because that's what's
You
2,
can do that. So then,
10.5.
yes, you can do that.
Yeah, so we
You
can
put
just
the
put,
else then.
okay, else, okay,
Now,
so,
what's the equation you will make?
oh, human years minus 2, and then I have to go on a second line for the next one. Human, human years plus 21. No, first we're going to multiply by 4, then add 21. Then human years, uh, well, yeah, into 4, and then uh, human years plus 21. Or we need to put this all into one equation, so we can just like just
You don't need to put hy plus 21. You can just put plus 21 to it,
do
right?
this, and yeah, so it's going to do human years minus 2, then it's going to multiply the number they have by 4, then it's going to add 21.
Remember indentation.
What?
Remember indentation.
Ye- yeah, okay,
You have to put it as an indentation, right? It's a thing. Also, you have to print it out so you can actually get a result. Otherwise, you're going to get an error.
okay. uh, else 1 minute, I need to just put this here. 1 minute. Dy dog years is going to be equal to human years into this, and then we print uh, uh, dy dy we print dy. I think that's it,
How did you? Okay, yeah, that's it. Very good.
but we need to use
You
Elif as
get an
well.
error. You get an error. Yeah, okay. Yeah. You've actually made better code than mine. Good job.
No, there's a error here.
Yeah, okay. I should. Do you want to know the mistake?
Yeah,
Okay. No, think of the mistake.
let me guess. Okay, I cannot guess what's the error here at
The
this
error is
very
that
specific.
you're saying that if you're saying that if you want to make it see if it's zero or not, then you put two equals to. Otherwise, the code thinks that you're trying to say hy equals to zero.
Okay, so then we
Also,
have
it's
got to
gonna
print
give you an
0.
error message. Look at the last line. There's something
Okay,
wrong there.
let's run again. And now there's going to be another error message here at dy.
Yeah, there's something wrong there. But
Okay,
you've done it correctly before. Now it's something's wrong here.
okay. Now dy. mm, It's not even. Uh, oh, let me guess. It's the whatever it's suggesting. Print dy.
It's
Let's
still
run
gonna
it
be an error
again.
message.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, it's working.
No, nah.
It's working, it's working, it's
Okay.
working. Good job.
Okay, let's try 15 and see if it works. Type error, trace back, in month, print 0, else.
The fifth line.
Okay, it's somewhere here in the equation. I have to put this in a bracket.
Try
Run
that.
again. Yeah, 15. No, that still doesn't fix it. Line 5. Hmm.
There's a problem with it as the question. It's the problem with it as in its own. So should I say? Try to put
What?
h. First, you have to subtract it by 2, right?
Yeah,
So put first. So put hy -2 in a bracket.
okay. And then put plus, yeah, then we've got to put this. Oh, we've got to fix this mathematical equation up with a lot of brackets. And then we're going to have to just add another bracket on this side. Now this mathematical equation is fixed, I think. Now we can just try running again. 15.
Okay. Read the type and hit the error message first. First thing you always do.
Okay. Writes an input in module else. It says it's inside this else part on this line. Type error unsupported operates for negative. So I'm like it cannot subtract. How do we get it
Wait,
to subtract?
I'm saying, no, it's, I think it thinks that human age is a string.
Okay, 1 minute. I, humanage is a variable. How do we
It
show
yet
that
has to be
humanage
an
is a
integer
variable?
for it to subtract.
What?
I think it thinks human age is a string. So what so I remember I said some helpful tips for you. So what you can
Yeah,
you can put a
we need
string
to.
here, you can put brackets here, and then you can put int, and then you put int here. What that will do is make sure it's an integer that you're okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like I have to put
No, no,
int
no, not before input.
here
No, 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 before input, before input.
before input. Okay. So like
Don't subtract
let's see.
that. Just put it before input.
Okay, so I'm like do not remove the extra brackets I just added and then just put it
Oh
right.
God, how do you explain? Put one before. Okay, what? Okay, what we're trying to check is that the inputs that the user gives is an integer. Okay,
Okay.
so
So
so you'll so you'll put it around the input, not in its answer.
okay, you just lagged out a lot for me. What did you say?
Okay, you have to put it around input, not just in on its answer, not just in the answer it gives. What
Okay,
you're
so
trying
like
to do is,
here
yes, yes. Okay, now what you're gonna do after that? Int. It's gonna make sure that it's,
int.
yeah, int. Try.
Yeah, run please. 15.
70.
73. Yes.
Good job. Okay.
Yes.
Now I'll show you what I had done. So unshare your screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is my answer. So what I did very you did very well. So yeah, I just used the extra exit and I had this redundant statement that you did not need. So good job to you, I'd say. Good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job.
Mm, yeah.
So
1 minute. I might rerun this program and see if there's a problem with this one again. Yeah, let's see if age 2 works. 21. Yep, it seems to be working. Because I thought like if it would just give we just gave the age as 2, then it might be like, but now after we subtract this, there's nothing left there. But then I remembered that I put 21 outside after multiplying by 4. So yes, it's working. I think we're done.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, let's just stop recording and edit this later.
Okay, wait. So, and so that was our video. In, so if you should like the new format you're trying to do, say in the comments. If you don't, then don't. Then don't say anything. Actually, yes. If you don't, then say that I like the original version better. Anyway, thank you and bye.
Bye.